What's going on, fam? I'm Unfiltered. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. Today we got something we're going over, and that is Trump versus Elon. Man, they got something going on. They're at odds right now. And of course, Elon having a social media site where he say whatever he wants to, and Trump being banned from social media saying whatever he likes. It's gonna be a doozy. Before I forget, remember, smash that like button, hit the subscribe. As always, like I said, if you have a video you want to send me, I'm gonna put my email right here for y'all, right there. But yeah, so Elon went on to say, we're gonna jump right into it, right? Elon went on to say that Trump, as much as Elon had free reign and had security clearance, went over all the files, that Trump's name appeared in the Epstein list. And we were all thinking it. Don't get me wrong, some of you guys are Trump supporters, some of y'all are not. We're not going to get into that right now. There's some things I like that he did. There's some things I don't like that he did, to be very honest with you. But all in all, before this, Trump was a multi-million billionaire. I don't really know. He doesn't really, divulge all of his assets. But I know before this, we were following Trump. I've been following Trump myself since he was on Celebrity Apprentice. And, he's been in the news several times for saying things and doing things that some people like, some people don't. Like I said, we're not going to get into that. But knowing how Elon handles things, similar to Trump, they both jump in the media. They both say what they got to say on social media, and they don't want to be censored. So saying this is epic. I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to review it together. But at the same time, like I said, man, we all been thinking it. He showed up on several pictures, he meaning Trump, several pictures back when Epstein case was happening. He's also shown up on some pictures at Diddy's house. So, I'm not, I'll reserve that to later on, but without further ado, let's get into it. All this is for entertainment purposes only. We're using this as fair use. We're just commenting and talking about it and diving kind of deep into it, but it's for entertainment purposes only. The source today is CNN. I got this clip from CNN. They're the ones who are reporting on it. Check the description below. In the description, you'll have the link if you want to also see the full video without the commentary. But let's get into it.
The relationship between President Donald J. Trump and billionaire Elon Musk has so rapidly disintegrated that Musk, without evidence, is now accusing President Trump of being in the as yet released Epstein files. Musk tweeted this afternoon, quote, "Time to drop."
And ain't that funny? I just want to point this out. Ain't that funny that we've been waiting on the Epstein files to be released for a long time? You got to have like secret clearances to see that. It'll let you know that the names on that list is up there, because we've been waiting for years to get the Epstein list. I mean, we got more names coming out the Diddy trial than the Epstein list, you know what I'm saying? But I digress.
A really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT.
That makes, look, I'm not gonna lie, man. That would make perfect sense if the reason why they have not been released yet is because our president, is on the files, and probably some people higher than him. I'm one of those people who think that we get presidents every 4 years, right? Sometimes every 8, depending on who they are. But somebody has to be a constant in that White House. Once again, that's not trying to start no conspiracy things, but I'm just throwing that out there. But that would make plenty of sense for him not to be releasing those yet.
Claim, which CNN cannot confirm, of course, would imply that Trump was in some way name dropped in the case surrounding Jeffrey Epstein, the notorious and convicted pedophile who died by suicide in prison in 2019 while awaiting his federal sex trafficking trial. The accusation from Musk is about as nasty as it gets, accusing somebody of being a pedophile and then covering it up. Mr. Musk did not detail how he would know what was or what was not inside any unreleased filings related to Epstein, assuming there are unreleased files related to Epstein. CNN's reached out to the White House for a response. We have not got one yet.
Of course
Musk
not.
also knows that for years conservatives and
You're not
right-wing
going to get
figures
one.
have suggested that the U.S. government is hiding secrets, bipartisan secrets, Democrats and Republicans, relating to Jeffrey Epstein. And these supporters of Mr. Trump have long been clamoring for the government to release more of the files. Trump, who was friends with Epstein decades ago, talked on the campaign.
Now, I saw this picture when it first came out. I'm not going to lie. So, like I said, I was looking at Trump back when he was on Celebrity Apprentice or doing the Apprentice show. And let's be honest, man, he helped out a lot of black people. He helped out a lot of hip hop. I'm a hip hop head myself. He helped out a lot of people. And so you became a fan of him. He's very energetic. And I'm not saying nothing about him now. Like I said, some of the things he's passed, I like. Some of them I'm not too sure about. But hey, every time somebody's in the White House, they pass something. We don't know if it's going to affect us the way that we want it to or not. So, you know, these are one of them things where just because you're in the White House, it doesn't mean that you're squeaky clean either. I'm just keeping it real, man. Get back to it.
Trail about potentially releasing more files on Epstein. We need to back up for a moment, though, and explain how we got to this particular friendship graveyard, given that just 6 days ago, when Mr. Musk, Elon Musk, left his role as an advisor to the president and head of the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, President Trump gave Musk the key to the White House, the ceremonial golden key. Mr. Trump may now be changing the locks as this feud today essentially escalated publicly in real time. While in the Oval Office with the German Chancellor this morning, a reporter asked President Trump about Musk recently viciously criticizing the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill. Elon had been calling on Congress to, quote, kill the bill, saying it adds too much to the deficit. So here's what President Trump first said today about Elon's bill bashing just before noon Eastern time.
I've always liked Elon, and it's always very surprised. I'd rather have him criticize me than the bill, because the bill is incredible.
See, I don't know, man, because it's one of those things where, you know, they were cool about a week ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything was all good. It's out of here. Everything was all good about a week ago. So what happened, man? You know, number one, I was shocked the first time when he put Elon Musk over everything. But then I had to think, Elon Musk is a very, very intelligent person. He has people in place and things that are in place to help out. Some people liked it, some people didn't. Me personally, if you can create wealth and create business, create numbers, that's something that America needs. They're both businessmen, so I could see something going on and something happening. But, what actually happened in their relationship, especially for him to see Epstein, because Epstein, when you talk about Epstein, that's not talking about money. That's not talking about business. That is talking about, essay. Let me probably gonna have to erase that in the video, but that's talking about, essay. That's talking about young essay. That's talking about ST. Let's just put it like that. Those are talking about different things that are of the criminal aspect, and we're not going to jump into that. We're not alluding to any of that. I'm not saying that is what's happening, but that when you put those two names together, that's what that is. So that is a big statement coming from Elon. He must have pissed him off in the wrong way.
the president went on to talk about other subjects. And, you know, be careful what you ask for when he says, I'd rather have him criticize me than the bill. The president went on to talk about other subjects, eventually doing the weave.
Because he did. He was like, okay, I'll get off the bill. Let's talk about you. I don't know if that was the right thing to say. Not right there. Not if you, not, you know, if you cannot talk about somebody else's house if your house ain't clean. I'm just saying, you got clothes on the floor.
Weave back to the subject of Elon Musk. So this was at around 12:06 p.m. Eastern.
I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem, and he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate.
The EV mandate, the electric vehicle mandate, obviously Mr. Musk owns Tesla, which is a premier electric vehicle company. But it turns out Mr. Musk, Elon Musk, was watching that, and he didn't let that one go unanswered. 13 minutes after President Trump said that, Musk posted, quote, whatever, keep the EV solar incentive cuts in the bill, even though no oil and gas subsidies are touched. Very unfair, but ditch the mountain of disgusting pork in the bill. In the entire history of civilization, there has never been legislation that both big and beautiful. Everyone knows this. Either you get a big and ugly bill or a slim and beautiful bill. Slim and beautiful is the way, unquote. As President Trump continued taking questions at the White House, Elon Musk reposted at 12:25 p.m. the very clip where Trump says Musk only had a problem with the bill after he found out about cutting the electric vehicle mandates. And Musk writes, quote, false. This bill was never shown to me once and was passed in the dead of night so fast that almost no one in Congress could even read it, unquote.
See, I don't know, man, because a lot of times they do that with bills. So I can't say whether he's like lying or, you know, telling the truth. There's a lot of stuff that they hide in bills for other bills, just so they can pass it. So, you know, Elon Musk, you know, some people say he's for the community, for the people. Some don't.
After that, 12:46 p.m. Eastern is when a doctor might have officially called the time of death on the Trump-Musk relationship. Call it. Musk posted on his X platform, quote, without me, Trump would have lost the election. Dems would control the House and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Such ingratitude, unquote. Hitting Trump where it hurts in the Electoral College there. And the rage posting, Musk even tagged Donald Trump, saying, remember this? Showing a video of when Musk essentially turned the White House South Lawn into a car dealership. And he gave Trump a Tesla, that red Tesla, which is still, according to our White House correspondent, Kristen Holmes, still parked in the White House parking lot. The gloves were off. 12:37 p.m. Eastern, President Trump takes to his own platform, Truth Social, not X, not Twitter, saying, quote, Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his electric vehicle mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do. And he just went crazy, unquote.
Man, hold on. Maybe I'm tripping. You gotta be a boss to jump on the social media site owned by the person you are talking shit about. The one thing I will say about Trump is he gangster. I don't care what you gotta say. Trump been gangster the whole time. If you want something, come and get it. He always been that way. That's one thing I could respect about him. It's gangster to hop on somebody's site that they own and talk shit about them. That is wild, bro. That's gangster. I respect that. I respect that, Trump.
Quote. And within the same minute, Trump fired off another post saying, quote, the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it, unquote. Oof. That blow, of course, hitting Elon where it hurts.
I
His
know,
wallet.
he got pissed.
Especially given the Tesla chip plummeted.
Ooh. Ooh,
down
buddy.
14.3% as this battle heated up. The sell-off wiped about $150 billion off the market value of Tesla. And then about 30 minutes later, there it was, Musk dropping that major unfounded accusation about Trump being in the Epstein files. The insults are still flying back and forth. Elon posting on X, quote, "The Trump tariffs will cause a recession in the second half of this year." I mean, lots going on. And I don't even know what's happened in the last 7 minutes since I've been talking to you.
Man, that's why your close partners that know everything about you, that's real cool with you, just be cool. It's easier that way. This shit about to get messy. It's like a bad relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like a really bad relationship.
Let's talk to our panel. Scott Jennings, first of all, does Trump, who gets you in the divorce, Trump or Elon?
Let me just tell you what every Republican is doing. I have my, here's where we are today. We're literally, heads are in the garbage can right now. That's the state of everybody I know at the moment. Not going to lie, it's an ugly day. You know, you hate it when your friends are fighting. I continue to believe that their partnership last year saved America, and I also continue to believe their goals are not mutually exclusive. Trump needs to pass his agenda, which this bill is his agenda. It's what he ran on. Elon wants to save America from going bankrupt, which they can also do if the Republicans in Congress and everybody works together. All of these things can happen.
So, yeah, that's where I'm at with it, man. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that goes on. I'm not in politics, of course. You know, I do follow them. I make sure that I'm trying to be up on everything. Your political, you know, thought process is your political thought process. But for what Trump hired him for, he did it. He looked through a bunch of shit, tried to save us some money. Some people did like it, some people didn't like it, especially when it came to like people on Social Security or you know, trying to get their retirement. Certain things that we were not cutting and cutting at the same time. Certain things that could be cut that we were just letting linger. I get it, man. Like when it comes to trying to save money, I understand the process. At the same time, there was a personal relationship. They were cool. So just like you got a homeboy or you got a best friend and you got a girlfriend or a wife or a husband or your partner or whatever that is, they know certain shit about you. And I ain't saying this is true. Shit could be rumors. He could just be mad, just calling people names. You know how you are in a relationship. Y'all get mad, y'all talk that shit. Then, you know, next thing you know, she done called you out your name. You know, you done called her out her name or vice versa or both, you know. Y'all done said some things and now you might have to retract this. So we're going to see where this goes. But we were all thinking it. That's the main reason why I had to jump on this. I had to look at it. We have all been thinking it ever since they came out with the Epstein list that was supposed to drop and that never dropped. Bits and pieces will drop, then stuff gets lost. People, you know, was unalive. I just never understood it. But Elon having that access to be able to go into that shit, if he could look at bills and look at numbers, I'm sure he could look at other files. It's just how my mind works. Maybe I'm wrong. Like I said, this is all speculation. This is all my thoughts. I'm just thinking and talking to y'all, fam. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think, because this shit is juicy. Do you or do you not think that Elon is being for real and that we will even see the list? Well, will we ever see the list? Drop a comment, let me know. Because we've been waiting years. Like I said, I know more about the Diddy case than I do about the Epstein case. That shit was cut short. Like, I don't know. So, as always, hit that like button, smash that, subscribe. Subscribe. It helps with the algorithm, get me these videos. We go over paranormal. We go over current news. I go over what's going on. And then we talk about it. So like I said, I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all joining me. Always, like I said, Gmail, put it one more time. Bam. Right there. Go ahead and send me some videos if y'all want me to take a look at them. We'll react to them together. Once again, I appreciate y'all, man, and I'm out.